What's up, everybody? We are here at day 2 of Nintendo Treehouse live at E3. We've got, I'm Eric, we've got Nate here, we got fabulous Bill Trinan, and yesterday was a huge day. We had so much content, so many new games to show you guys. We had Mr. Miyamoto dropping by. We showed games that weren't even on the show floor, and just a really, really big day. And to top it off, we also had the Super Smash Bros. Invitational, which was just huge. I know that both of you guys were there.
Yeah, actually, I was there. We snuck Mr. Miyamoto in. We were hiding out in back at the back of the stadium, the theater, watching. So he was there when everybody had to do the vote for the final tiebreaker between Mario and Pikmin, and he got to hear all the cheers for two of his favorite characters. It was awesome.
It's so loud. The crowd got so rowdy. Just amazing.
I blew
amazing
my
matches.
voice out. I'm supposed to talk all day today. That was a mistake. I probably should not have been cheering quite so much. A little froggy.
You might need that voice today. I think we might have a lot to go on. Hey, today we have tons of new content. We're actually going to be leading off today with a game that we didn't show at all yesterday, so that's going to be really exciting. And actually, Bill's here to talk a little bit about Amiibo.
That's right. The only thing I'm disappointed about right now is the fact that these Amiibo are in a case, which means I can't play with them myself. But I wanted to bring them out and let people get a look at the detail. Obviously, we've got Link, Peach, Mario, and Star Fox here. The Star Fox Amiibo is just fantastic. The detail on that is amazing. I think a lot of people are excited to be able to see all these figures come to life, and it's unique, particularly for Smash Brothers, because we've never had any merchandise around all the characters in Smash Brothers ever before. But last night, Mr. Sakurai held a special Smash Brothers media roundtable, and there he was talking about the functionality for Amiibo and how the game's going to use it. And to me, I think what's really cool is that while you're playing Smash Brothers and you're unlocking characters that way through the game, when you buy your Amiibo and you scan your Amiibo, what it does is it brings in what he called not a CP character, not a computer player character, but an FP, a figure player character. And so the figure characters in Smash Brothers, when you scan them in, so if I scan in Star Fox, I watch Star Fox on screen and Star Fox is battling, I can battle against my Star Fox character. I can battle alongside him against somebody else. Every fight that they're in, they level up. And I think you were there, Nate. I mean, they go way beyond level 9. Like CPU characters go up to level 9. Amiibo characters you can train up to, I think he said level 50.
Level 50, which that just blows my mind because honestly, we played a lot of Smash, yeah.
Yeah, we played a lot of Smash.
And like I can go in with a couple level 9s, and I can get a little bit whooped. Yeah. And I mean, the gulf between 9 and 50 to me is kind of a little bit horrifying, but also kind of awesome. I mean, this is training one of these up that I could legitimately train one of these up and bring it in and say, Bill, you're gonna have to fight my Star Fox today. I kind of been working on him, and then sit back and watch the carnage.
Yeah. Well,
can't wait to see that.
The other thing that Mr. Sakurai talked about that was really cool is that the figure characters, the figure FP characters, when they're fighting your Amiibo characters, they will gradually change the way that they fight based on their opponent. So, for example, if I know the way that you play, Nate. You're basically one of those dudes that shields all the time and hangs out, and you wait for everyone to come to you.
Bill is calling Nate a dirty Smash player.
That's right.
This is a first.
But in a case like that, my Link Amiibo would gradually learn from Nate's habit of shielding all the time to start grabbing more and pulling him out of his shield, right? And so the more that my Amiibo character plays against Nate, the better he's going to be able to whip you. Yeah. It's going to be awesome.
That's really interesting just because you could have, I could train two different Fox Amiibo that are entirely different because they learned on different characters.
Yeah. Well, and then you've got the customization parts that go along with that.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I think we'll probably not going to have time to go into it right now, but I plan on talking a lot more about that later today.
Yeah, and they were dropping bombs all over the place during that roundtable. Just super exciting information coming out this morning, and really exciting. It was just a big day for Smash. Actually, today is also going to be a big day for Smash because Nate's going to be running us through all kinds of demos for Super Smash Bros.
Exactly how I play. You
can
see if I shield all the time.
Yeah,
we'll settle this.
You know what I want to see is you guys facing off a little bit
we'll have to put that together.
During that today.
We'll have to play a little 3DS Smash where I can get some chic action going.
I like it.
Oh,
yeah. We cover Smash Run and everything else. So today, I promised that we were going to kick off with a game that we didn't even get a chance to see yesterday. We're going to be showing you guys Fantasy Life here in just about 90 seconds. So stay tuned. Let's kick this thing off.
Hey, morning. Welcome back to Nintendo Treehouse Live at E3. I'm Sam from the Treehouse, and joining me up here, I've got Ed and Audrey.
Hey.
And right now,
Hello.
we're going to be showing you a game that is a 3DS exclusive. It's Fantasy Life. We're just wrapping up localization on it now, and Ed's actually one of the main writers on the game, so we're going to take you in a deeper look for the title.
Yeah.
Want to get us started?
Yeah, we're super excited about this. We've been spending a long time in the Treehouse working on this. This is a title that is really massive in scope. I'm going to let Audrey kick things off. We're going to jump into some of the customization here really quickly. But one of the main things that you'll see throughout Fantasy Life as we go into this really adorable opening cinematic.
I know. We're not going to show the whole thing,
we're
but
not
we
gonna
have
show the
to
whole
share a
thing.
little bit of this with you
But-
because it gives a really great tell of just how charming and adorable this whole world is.
It's almost too much.
Yeah,
it's almost too much cute.
This is from the people who wrote as Professor Layton. This is level 5.
Yeah, so this is level 5. So you guys know what they do
Yeah.
and how well they do
They make
it.
things charming. It's what they do for a living.
Yeah, and this gives you a really good sense of the world that you're about to enter, too. You get a good look at all the different roles that you can play.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so what
Get
you're
in
looking
there.
at is, something. It's an introduction to all the different life classes that we're going to get to in a little bit.
We'll get to that. We'll get to that.
We'll
There's
get
much
to
to
it.
talk about.
But it's just the baseline is that this game is all about choice. I mean, that's really what it is. It's about choice in everything that you do. And so let's go ahead and
all right, let's jump
us
right into
in.
the
Yeah.
customization.
Nice.
All right, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to create a character and jump into a brand new life. Customization, like you said, this is your life.
Yep.
So everything down to how your character looks to what they do for a living,
Yep.
it's all up to you. And there's just a whole variety of things you can do. I mean, I've played several different files, and every life has been completely
It's
different.
completely different. And,
None are the same.
You say that for a lot of games. I mean, people like to talk
This
about
is
like open
really-
worlds or choices a lot, but this is really one of those things that
Let's see.
it's true. I've put in, I don't even know, probably upwards of 200 hours into this game so far.
Oh, easily.
And it's still like I'm not, I haven't beaten it. There's really like that doesn't really exist, that option. To finish everything, you're gonna spend your fantasy life doing it essentially.
And you're not going to want to race
Exactly.
through finishing it because there's so much here where you want to
There's
kind
so
of just
much
run around
to
and
do.
explore.
There
And
really is.
maybe you spend a
Exactly.
while away from the main storyline entirely because you're just having a blast exploring
You
the
totally
town
could.
or
See, I'm going to
training
race
up your
through
life.
here real quick, but I mean, there are
You see
so many
Audrey going
options.
through the-
You can mess with your eyebrows, your nose, just all kinds of
yourself a
different
scar.
things. I'm just going to...
You can make yourself, anything.
I could give myself a
from-
mustache, but I'm going to
There
go
you
the
go. I like a
non-mustache
blonde
route this
mustache.
time.
That's
It's
awesome.
pretty cute. I'm tempted, but
But
I'm
you
going to go
see,
no.
the customization runs the gamut from just adorably cute
You can
to
pick your voice.
intimidatingly
You get to be
adorable.
who you want to be. Exactly. So let me just put my name in
Get your
here
name.
real quick. Yeah.
Cool.
Now we get to choose our life.
Nice.
There are 12 to choose from, so let's see. I think I'm gonna start with Paladin this time, but
So
see.
you got the run through of the different life classes here.
Yeah, we've got Mercenary, Hunter, Wizard, Cook, Angler, Woodcutter, Miner, Blacksmith, Carpenter, Tailor, and Alchemist, and all of them, they have different story elements. They have different skills you can use.
Yeah.
And
Different
just-
trainers, too.
Yeah.
Which I
Yeah.
love some of the trainers
different
that you get as
different
you go
life
through these lives.
masters throughout that each one has their own unique storyline.
And their own
you can
personality.
follow.
Like I
Totally,
love
yeah.
in the middle of a life, you can actually switch to a different life, and you'll keep all of your skills. But when you meet the new new life masters, they all have such different and distinct personalities.
Totally.
It's such a full and vibrant world full of all these different characters. It's just
That's-
wonderful to explore.
Yeah, I mean that's something that obviously level 5 does a great job. Like you said, of sort of injecting charm and just imbuing these things with such a wonderful nature about them. And that was something that we worked really hard in the Treehouse to capture, to be able to replicate that for the Americas in English and other languages as well. But this is really it's really the world level 5 has created is really something special. And I just want to speak to something real quick that you just mentioned about picking the life classes. A lot of times in an RPG or in a JRPG, you choose a class, and everybody sort of has their own. You already kind of know what kind of person you are, and what sort of class or
Exactly.
style you gravitate towards. And so here you see, the opening, you saw these 12 different life classes.
Oh, and we should mention that was your room, and this is pretty special
This
as
is your
well.
home
My
base.
room. I can
Yeah.
customize it later. This is just
Absolutely.
the starter room. I mean, every good RPG starts in bed, right?
Yeah, I think so. It starts with you waking up.
You're
and someone
waking up,
being
you're like,
hey,
what's
what are you
going on?
doing?
Oh my gosh, the world is ending.
Why are you so lazy? Get up and go save something.
Exactly.
But everybody has their own style that I think we naturally gravitate towards
Exactly,
in
well,
RPGs especially.
Like we spoke about this, like I started as Paladin because I'm like, I'm
Right.
gonna get in there, I'm gonna chop things
Right,
up,
yeah.
it's gonna be great.
I started
and
out
I
as
was
a
like,
mercenary.
I'm probably gonna stick as a
Right.
Paladin, but when you're in there, it reminds me of like a Zelda-esque world where you're exploring this world and you see all these things and you're like, oh, there's some trees, but I can't cut them down. I don't have the
Right.
woodcutter skill yet, you know. Oh, some
Right.
fish, I can't, get those yet. I have to learn the angler skill.
And that's the
so
thing, because it's like initially you're looking at these and you're like, well, what is a woodcutter? I mean, what is an angler? Like, I don't necessarily think of myself
How
as,
can I save the world as an
yeah, I'm not
angler?
going to go
How's that
out
gonna work?
with my woodcutting axe in hand and save Riveria. But that's the thing, you
Yeah.
go out as, say, your battle class or your casting class, whatever you're naturally inclined to, and then you see these areas where you're just hacking and slashing away and ripping up these enemies.
Exactly.
But then you're seeing these resources, these huge ore clusters, these fish going around, that you're going to want to exploit those resources at some point to be able
Yeah.
to use them later. You can get stuff as a miner and then use that to forge a weapon if you switch to a blacksmith later on.
Exactly.
say.
And then start
Yeah.
kicking
No,
butt
like
with
when I
that
first
weapon.
started, I was pretty sure I was like, I'm probably gonna stick with Paladin just because I like to fight. I don't want to worry about
Right,
making all
right.
these things. But then immediately I was like, oh well, God, I want to make my own clothes. I want to make my own armor, and an alchemy. I can make my own potions because
Right.
I'm really stingy actually. I love my game money, so I was like, I don't want to
Nice.
spend my
You don't
money
wanna
on
buy 'em, yeah.
potions, but I need potions, so I can just make my own and beat the whole system.
Yeah, I was
Right,
really
right.
surprised when I kicked off because I picked mercenary as my initial, and I was like, hey, I'm gonna go out and I'm gonna get some monsters. I just want to fight. And when I first booted up the game, I was like, yeah, I totally want to go find some monsters and fight them out. But then I got here into this town, and there was so much to do that I spent so much time running around, talking to people, finding out where
Right.
things were. And at some point, it was like, oh yeah, I was gonna kill some monsters at some point.
You
I
can
guess I probably
spend
should go do that.
hours exploring, and you can spend like 10 hours before you realize, oh, I should progress the story probably. I've just been talking
Right.
to people.
Maybe I
and
should learn how to fight.
exploring and collecting.
But that's the thing, you can play like that. You can totally,
Yeah.
that's totally valid. And I mean, you can get lost in all these side quests because there's just, to say there's such a ridiculously large amount of awesome content in this game that it's just,
Yeah,
it's
Yeah, and
unbelievable.
That's the thing.
This
It
guy's
really
pretty
feels
important.
like your life because of that. Like, it sounds
Yeah.
cheesy, but like you really get to choose how you live. Every decision you
No.
make just affects how your character grows
This
and
totally
what
is.
they can do.
I think this
Speaking
is one of
of
the most apt
looking at-
titles I've ever
Yeah.
seen.
Yeah, looking at this location, we should probably touch on that a bit because this
This is
is
a
a
guild
very
office,
important
yeah.
spot.
This is your
as
spot
you're
where
dealing
you're
with your
gonna
lives.
go back if you ever want to change life classes. This is the spot you're gonna go to. Just another quick point. It's like because this game not only like you see the trees that you might want to exploit as resources. You see the fish that you might have to use as a cook later on.
These beautiful shiny clumps of ore.
Yeah,
just looks so
you want
tempting.
them.
Oh,
They look
yes.
so tasty.
Yeah.
But one of the things is that you are not punished for changing life classes. In fact, like the
No,
game sort of
exactly.
really does a good job of encouraging
I mean,
you
that's
to
cool. It's like,
explore
because
all of
for
those.
anyone who loves RPGs, and RPGs are like my bread
That's
and
my
butter,
home,
I
yeah.
love
Yeah, it
them.
really
But
is.
like, it has all those traditional RPG elements, but it's really evolved because you're not stuck to one life system.
Right.
You're not stuck to one class. Like, it really is your life. So if you learn, say, the woodcutting skill,
Right.
like you take that with you. Even if you switch classes, you're not going
Right.
to forget all the things that you've already learned.
Let's jump into after we have this is our butterfly. You're gonna
I love butterflies.
you're gonna
so much.
really this is gonna be your
Yeah,
sidekick
and I want to make a
throughout,
quick
yeah.
note that I'm dashing through all of this text real quick, but all
Yeah.
of the text is just for the purpose of the demo, because all of this
Yeah,
text
yeah.
is so charming and funny. I will literally laugh my head off just reading it.
That's
it's just
awesome.
you're not gonna be able to bring yourself to skip past it when you're playing because it's all just so funny and charming.
That's awesome.
And there's
That's so good
quite
to
a
hear.
volume of it here as well, because I know
That's quite a
working
bit
on
of
the
text, huh?
localization,
Yeah,
this is a
this
big
game-
game when it comes to text.
I mean, the reality is that if you transpose, we crunched the numbers, and if you transpose all the text in this game over into prose, it would be the equivalent of about a 21,000 page novel. I mean,
That's a lot of
it's
writing
Quite a
time.
lot.
huge. So, good luck getting through this in your typical 16 hours, guys. It's just not going to happen.
Oh, and Butterfly's my favorite.
Butterfly's awesome.
Yes.
Butterfly's awesome. And you're gonna get to know Butterfly a lot. You guys are gonna grow together.
Exactly.
It really is, and it's one of those things. It's like you said, like having the sort of typical. This game really has the standard skeleton of an RPG that people come to expect from or even a JRPG that people need in a game like
Exactly.
this. But it's really I think evolved is a good word for what it is.
Yeah, it feels so fresh, and yet at the same time, it's still that RPG goodness that we all grew up loving so much. Like, it's an RPG with elements of Animal Crossing, with elements of Zelda, with just all kinds of things pushed together into kind of my ultimate game in a way.
It kind of is. I always get that Metroid feel when you go into an area and you're like, look, I've already gone through this entire area, except there's all that ore and that I need to mine, so I need to come back later to do that stuff in order to accomplish other things.
Exactly. Like I said, for me, it reminds me of Zelda, where I'm like, oh, what's that? I'm going to need my hook shot to get there. Oh, I'm going to need a magic hammer to get past that.
And I mean, those are the things.
And it just pushes you to keep trying new
totally.
things.
It's just like those, I want to keep playing this because of that.
Exactly.
And it's really, so, I mean, I guess my point is, like, don't get caught up in just how adorable. Don't let the cute fool you, basically, because this game is real.
It's charming on the top, but inside it's an incredibly deep RPG. Like,
it's a
there's
creamy
something
core
for everybody.
of RPG.
If you're a hardcore RPG player, you are going to go crazy on this game.
So.
If you're an OCD gamer, you are going to just go
you're
crazy trying to collect everything.
And
even if you're new to RPGs, like, it's sort of that you can play more casually too. You can sort of just relax and talk to everybody. It's just something for everybody. It's really special like
What's
that.
actually surprising here, I think, coming back to the fact that this is level 5.
Yeah, I'm going to jump into
and they've
mine
got
here.
Ni no Kuni Wrath of the White Witch and Dragon Quest IX. So these are folks that are really good at an RPG that looks really cute and adorable, and it's a really engaging world. But then you get in there, and it's like, oh man, this is gonna
go ahead and switch to Ed's file.
Yeah, we're gonna switch to a couple of my files that I've brought here on our other DS here, on our other 3DS.
And you're a little further along in your life here, so we're going to see someone who's a bit more
I just wanted
developed.
to, give people a taste of the opening here, and so I'm gonna go through. And if we could kick it over to the other 3DS here. That'd be awesome.
Looks like we're just about there.
Thank you.
And worth mentioning while we're getting this kicked up, not sure folks at home watching the stream if you can pick up on this, but the music in this game is really fun.
And for what reason, Sam?
Oh, well, this is one of my favorite things about this game. The composer of the music, Nobuo Uematsu. And
he's a little bit well-known,
I think. Anybody
I've
watching, maybe you don't know his name, but I can pretty much guarantee that folks know his work, because he's responsible for this incredible wealth of Final Fantasy music.
He's probably made you cry before.
Yes. So many scenes where it's like the music makes it for you. And here it's a complete soundtrack, and it's all his work, and it's so beautiful just to run around and listening to the sounds. Every once in a while, you just want to kind of chill out. You're walking around talking to people, and it's totally worth it when you pick up this game. Play it with the sound on, because you do not want to miss
all the different sort of music bits, like running around town and battling. Just so much different kind of music that just perfectly fits the mood.
It is so
it's just so good.
All right,
I love it.
here we go. So
I really want the soundtrack.
Tell us about your life, Ed.
Well, okay, so I'm a blacksmith
Who's
right
this?
now, because there's really, things are broken down into 3 different classes. There's your battle class, your crafting classes, and your forging classes, I guess I'm called.
Yeah.
And so I'm currently a blacksmith, but I have been I spent a goodly amount of time as a paladin. So I have a good amount of battling going on. And see, all right.
And now you're gonna need it.
Watch out.
So I mean, I'm gonna go ahead and, because of the time that I've spent as a paladin, I'm able to be not too terrified of these guys. Bounty. Oh, check it out.
Not too terrified. Oh my God! Don't
tell them about the bounty. Audrey.
So what he just did there is he made that enemy go away, and he left behind this bounty box. What you're going to do is you're going to collect that box, and it's following behind him. You have to protect that bounty from enemies. That's your precious treasure. It's got Dash in it, which is the in-game money. It's got special items in it, possibly. So you need to make it from wherever you got the bounty all the way to the guild office, or to wherever the closest place to cash it in is. And if it gets messed up by an enemy, or even you can destroy it yourself.